sure, or you make a mistake, it's like, that's pretty real too.
Right. Yeah, very, very complicated.
Yeah.
It's all very nuanced. And, you know, you made a point earlier about the government supporting its companies. That it would be a good thing for the government to support its companies. It makes sense. It's an American company. I think the issue that we're dealing with is companies, as we're describing them, have never existed before, right? There's never been a thing like Facebook before. There's never been a thing like Twitter before, X. There's never been a thing like Instagram. These are new things in terms of the impact that it has on society, on opinions, on conversations, on distribution of information. There's never been a thing like this that the government didn't control. So it makes
always
sense
got their hand in
from
the
their
cookie jar.
perspective, continuing the patterns of behavior that they've always exhibited, which is to have control over the media. I mean, there has been CIA operatives that have been in major newspapers.
Mark, are the government
There's always
fully
been that.
involved in
There's
your
always
companies?
been this sort of
Do you have
input
to
that the government
back and
had
forth
in
with them?
mainstream media
Sure, you have
narratives.
to.
They are in a position now where they're losing that. They've essentially lost it, and especially with this last,
The invisible
the
man
push
never
during
gets old.
COVID deteriorated, as you were saying before, the opinion and the respect that people have for
Come on,
facts that are coming from mainstream journalism in a way that I've never seen before in my life, where an enormous percentage of the population does not trust mainstream media anymore. So, well, what do they trust? They trust social media. Well, who's
What about
running it?
Nine?
Well, there are a bunch of people who figured it out.
Well, World
that,
Sports,
well,
NBC,
fuck
CBS.
that. Like, we gotta crack down on that. Like, we've got to get our hands on this, which is what we
ABC.
saw during COVID, which is what we saw
Triple J.
during the Biden administration's attempt to remove the Hunter Biden laptop story from Twitter and from all these different things that we saw happen, the way they contacted you guys, what they're trying to do with getting you to remove real information about vaccine side effects, like that. This is like this new attempt to crack down on this new thing, which is a distribution outlet that's far more successful than anything they've ever controlled before, and they have no control over it, right? They had CBS, they had NBC, they had when they had the New York Times and all these Washington Post, when they were in control of narratives in that way, it was so much easier. There wasn't some sort of pirate radio voice that came on and said, hey guys, like here's the latest studies that show this is not true. Here's why they're lying about that. Here's why they're lying about this. And now that's what you get all day long on X. This all day long is like dissolving illusions. Mm-hmm. And that's a completely new thing that probably led to Trump getting elected.
Yeah, I mean, the causality there is tricky, but because there's a lot of things.
Insane